coming to the NEWRA meeting. It's going to be another one of our lightning round meetings because we are officially thrown out of here at 8 o'clock. We're going to try to wind down by 7:50 at the latest. So that means we've got about 45 minutes worth of fun. So I want to get right into introductions. The first thing I want to say is we are in videotape. Video God Nat Conti. With the new camera this time?
This is the new camera.
With the new camera.
Better audio.
Phil Orlandella of the Regional Review is coming as well. Remember that these resources are the places to look to see all the activities that are happening in the neighborhood in this summer. It's incredible. You can walk out and there's a feast. I mean, it's a lot of fun. August is often our fun meeting because we do talk about fun things, and we're going to have a good lineup. We've got fun topics like the Bikeway, and the National Park Service is going to be coming to tell us about something, and a sewer update. What could be more fun than that? I want to first ask if city officials are here. I want them to identify themselves and make a brief announcement if they would like.
Hi everybody, Maria Lanza, Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. In the interest of time, I'd like you all to sign up for my newsletter. You can sign up by going to boston.gov and search newsletters, and it'll come up, type in North End and West End. You get weekly updates from me in my office, and that's usually what I read out when I come to NEWRA. And other than that, happy summer.
Kathy Community Council, Martina's office.
Hi everyone, Alana Olson from Councilor Asabi George's office. Very quickly, Councilor Asabi George is spending the entire day in the North End next Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. On August 18th. And I want to invite all of you to join us for coffee. We're kicking off the day right at 8 a.m. at Boston Common Coffee Company right there on Salem Street. But we'll be spending the entire day visiting all of the great things that make this neighborhood one to treasure. So hope that we see you all there, and happy summer.
Excellent, thank you. And I'm Ford Cavallari, president of NEWRA. You are all at the NEWRA meeting. I just want to let you know. I'm so trying not to make a Donald Trump joke right now. I just wanted to say that we're going to have an abbreviated president's report and other reports because we want to get right into the meat of it. And I also wanted to say we're going to make a slight change to the agenda because of the National Park Service item. And I don't think the National Park Service person is here yet. If he doesn't come, we'll change it. But we had agreed, because they want to talk about the 100th anniversary of all the activities in the park, to give the last slot, the last 10 minutes of the night, which was reserved in your agenda for the update on projects. There really isn't a whole lot to update you on. I'll do some of that in the remaining president's report, but we're going to go into that. So that switch in your agenda you might want to note. There is news I want to report from the President's office. First of all, there's news on the BRA. The Department of Housing and Community Development did finally agree to the extension that the City Council agreed to a while ago. But if you read the letter, and we're going to post it on the web, it's the first DHCD approval which has a list of conditions as long as your arm. So there was a group of us that went to the Chief Counsel of DHCD and asked that the BRA be put on an appropriately sized leash, meaning short. And DHCD did it. So, I mean, this is a good outcome for everyone. And I actually think it's a good outcome for the BRA as well, because we've also been meeting with the BRA fairly regularly on issues including the nursing home. And I'm seeing more cooperation coming out of the BRA office. I think Brian Golden is actually trying to execute some reforms, although David Kubiak always tells me, cool your jets, you know, wait until the reforms are done. And I think that's always good, trust but verify. I want to make sure we also, because we're in the fun meeting, remind everyone that we have a NEWRA annual party coming up. That's going to be this coming Wednesday. It's going to be great. It's always fun. It's at the Pilot House. And it's going to last, it starts at 6:30 at the Pilot House on Wednesday the 17th. It goes for however long. The chairman of the group that's put it together is Jim Saline, who has done it for several years. And Jim, if you have some things you want to say or things you want to ask of us in the spring.
Just 3 quick comments. I put a poster up on the board here, and we should be laying some on the front desk. Okay, yes, for anyone who lives in a multi-unit building, if you'd like to take one and put it up on the bulletin board, we not only want members, but potentially new members. We'll have applications for new membership. Thank you. We have 2 sizes on the poster. Jen, you can hand out some smaller reminders?
Yep, they're with the agendas.
Okay. Secondly, if anybody has any connections with Maria's Pastry or Modern Pastry, that's the only thing we haven't ordered yet. I'm going to be going there, and if you know a manager or an owner, it would help us to maybe reduce the price. See me on that, and we'll go together. The other thing is, if either Tom Morris or Aaron Jesse of, these are the guys here, right? Of Wooden Health. Wooden Health, right? Okay. I've been having trouble getting your emails out. Have you gotten any of our emails?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so basically you signed up to help us clean up again.
Yes, we did.
9 o'clock, join us.
Thank you guys. That's fantastic. And that's a good segue too, because I wanted to. Pardon? Oh yeah, well, the party is, David suggested I remind everyone it's free. We, of course, we'll accept donations as we always do because we're a 501c3, tax deductible, and if you want to re-up your membership, you can do that too. But food and drink free, beer and wine free. So
Wait, what time is this?
not so bad. That just is such a bullshit. So we hope everyone has a good time. Yeah. 6:30. 6:30 the 17th, the Pilot House. See you there. I wanted to say, since Thomas and Aaron have been introduced, that segues me into another fun bit, which is we've been working on a discount program for residents of the North End. Just thinking, it's great to get a little off from some certain vendors and all that. We're doing it very informally. We're being very careful about making sure there's no conflict anywhere, but a couple of vendors have approached us and offered a discount. And Wharton Health has offered a 10% discount to NEWRA members if they want to do the personal training that Wharton Health does. And so even though we don't have the details of the program worked out, I'm sure if you went to Wharton Health you can get the discount, and the guys are right there. I also wanted to say that Hilton Tent City has offered a similar discount of 20% off merchandise, off the normal prices, not sale prices. I don't know how many of you go to Hilton Tent City. It's an individually or family-owned sporting goods business on French Street and the Bullfrench Triangle. And in this era when all of the local businesses are being pushed out by the large chains, it's sort of nice to support local business all around, and it's nice when they give you a discount. So if you go in there, say you're with NEWRA, and you should get a discount. And the last thing I want to say, and it's another fun thing, is it's time to start thinking about NEWRA elections, which come in October, and officer nominations. There are 2 officers, the Sergeant-at-Arms, which is Robin, and the President, which is me, who are term limited out. So we're going to need to make new officers and move things around and do what we need to do. So now is the time I always ask people if there are folks who are interested in serving. I'll look at, trying to find Ernie Haddad to stare at us for a little while. Folks who are interested in serving, it's a great time to approach any of the officers, myself, Jen, our secretary, let your interest be known. There is a search committee that's been formed, so we want people to do that. So with that, I'm going to end my report and go to the world's shortest ZLC report.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was last.
Oh, okay.
I didn't give it.
Right, okay. Second shortest.
Second shortest, yes. The July, yes, this is August, the July CLC meeting didn't take place, so it's not even put on the agenda. So I have nothing to report about July. There are, it's being made up in August. There are 3 items, and possibly 4, on the August CLC agenda. One is 278 to 284 North Street to legalize the current occupancy of 17 residential units and 2 commercial spaces. The second one is 10 Moon Street, which is a conversion of a basement into living space. The violation is floor area ratio. 25 Atlantic Avenue, that I think everyone knows about. The demolition of what's there and a new condo, a 6-unit condo building is proposed. That's going to be on the ZLC agenda. And possibly the Carmen's Restaurant, I've got a contact with them if they get everything together. That may be on the agenda too. That is a transfer to the owner, and that will make it busy. August 23rd, ZLC.
August 23rd.
August 23rd.
Put it on your calendar. Almost as much fun as the party. Public safety, and because David Marks is not here, Dave Dawkins has agreed to do it.
I'm going to provide a very brief summary. If you need more details after I give my report, Matt's blog has a wonderful detailed summary of every item that I'll be glazing over, so feel free to look it up there, or just approach me after tonight's meeting. I'll be happy to share with you what I know. Crime for A1 continues to trend down. A1 is our district. It includes Charlestown, downtown, and Chinatown as well. The 2 things of note, or a couple of things of note, there were 2 robberies, both on businesses, both on Salem Street. One with an armed with a knife, another with a potential weapon that was not reported. There were no robberies of any persons in the North End last month. There were 2 commercial break-in entering. They were both in the same commercial establishment, again on Salem Street. Seems to be a crime wave going down Salem Street. And then there were 5 larcenies in the neighborhood, not including auto theft or larcenies of cars. There were none of those last month. Of the 5 larcenies, 2 were bike thefts, 1 out of a building, 1 right off the street, and 2 stolen handbags from commercial operations here in the North End. So women, be mindful of your handbags. I would advise people to be very careful with locking bikes in the street. Make sure you have a secure lock, or else it might not be there when you come back. One other announcement, the dog park over at DeFilippo Park is going to be closed, padlocked every weekend during the feast season until the end of the month. Ruff apologizes for any inconvenience, but there's always an uptick in bad behavior over there at night, so that's a prudent course of action. And lastly, Board asked me to let everybody know that the city crime statistics will be up and running on our website, an interactive map. You can go and look up where activities taking place, not just within our neighborhood, within the whole city, within the next week or 2, you think?
Yeah, I mean, we had actually pushed the city. Their data feed had been down for a year, and we were the first people that seemed to notice, and we pushed the IT department, and I made a lot of friends at the IT department. Actually, I've got a lot more data feeds fixed up, so some other maps are going to be updated as well. So that's good. Thank you very much.
September's meeting is the first Thursday of the month, which next month will be the 1st of September, so don't speak.
Awesome. Thank you. Marks?
Parks and Open Spaces has not met during the summer. We were all enjoying the parks. But we will start again with our meetings in September. The next meeting will be September 6th at 7 p.m. at the Mariners House. Everyone is welcome. We will continue with our tree inventory and requesting the city to replace the trees that have been taken down. And we will also start our discussions about the Prado and what needs to be done with the Prado.
We're going to start in on the agenda now because we've got a lot to do. I want to make 2 quick announcements though. Jim asked me to talk about a book that is going to be presented at the North End Library by Anthony Samar. Thank you. On the history of Howard Johnson. So that will be. And I also wanted to honor Rosemary McCullough. 60 years of practice in law. Actually, the official anniversary was closer to our last meeting, but I didn't feel comfortable making the announcement until I cleared it. So thank you very much. Excellent. No, that's fantastic.
You're only 59 years old.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. Yeah, she gets credit.